Hey everyone, and welcome to Questions for Dad, the podcast where we dive into the questions so many young men have. Questions they usually ask their dads, but sometimes life doesn't always give us that option. I wanted to take a moment to share my story with you and explain why this podcast matters so much to me before you listen to episode 1 this afternoon. When I was 10 years old, my dad walked away from our family. It was one of those moments that changed everything for me. At an age when most boys are starting to learn what it means to be a man, I found myself in a situation where I had to grow up fast, faster than I ever thought I would. Suddenly, I wasn't just a kid anymore. I became the one who felt like I needed to step up, protect my younger brothers, and help my mom in ways I never expected. I tried to step up and fill the role of man in the house and our family, a role I don't think I was ready for. Looking back, I realized that it was right around the time I was supposed to start learning things from my dad. The practical things, like fixing stuff around the house, changing a tire, or tying a tie. And the bigger things, like how to navigate relationships, work hard, build a life, and discover my faith. But instead, I had to figure those things out on my own. At first, I struggled. Where do you even start with something like that? I found myself searching for role models, teachers, coaches, mentors, family members, anyone who could fill that gap. Some of those people came through for me in big ways, and I'll always be grateful for that. But there was still a part of me that felt like something was missing, like I was trying to patch up a hole that couldn't really be fixed. Then, about 2 summers ago, something changed. I discovered my faith, and for the first time in a long time, I started to feel like I could trust again. With the help of the mentors I had put around me, I began to put my trust in God, in His plan for my life, and in the idea that maybe there could still be a father figure out there for me, in heaven. That's when everything started to shift. My faith gave me the strength to not just survive, but to grow. It gave me the courage to start asking hard questions, the ones I'd been carrying around for years. Questions like, what does it really mean to be a man? How do I take care of the people I love? How do I live with integrity, grow my faith, find my purpose, and live with ambition? That's why I started this podcast. Because I know I'm not the only one who had those questions. I know there are so many young men out there growing up without fathers, guys who feel like they're stumbling through life without a guide. And I want this to be a place where you can figure that out, where we can figure it out together. Through this podcast, I want to bring you conversations with men who have walked the path before us, fathers, mentors, and leaders who can share their wisdom and answer the questions we didn't get to ask our dads. Most of all, I want you to know that you're not alone. If you've ever felt lost or uncertain, or like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, I've been there. And I'm here to tell you there's hope. There's a way forward. So thank you for being here, for listening, and for taking this journey with me. My hope is that this podcast becomes more than just a show. It becomes a community. A place where we can not just grow, but learn and become the men we're meant to be. I'm Asaya McKinley, and this is Questions for Dad. Let's figure it out together.